Angel Di Maria hat-trick for Juventus against Nantes. Juventus last Champions League title in the 41st edition of the Champions League. It is Juventus that won 4-1 against Nantes today, with Angel Di Maria scoring a hat-trick. A perfect 3-0 win. Juventus can win its next Europa League title 30 years later from today. Di Maria is the goal scorer in this match. He scored 3 goals. Juventus win 4-1 on aggregate against Nantes. Juventus can become 4-1 in the Europa League final with the victory. The amount of time from Di Maria winning the World Cup to his hat-trick against Nantes is 9 weeks and 4 days. Now, Messiah became 9-4 in the World Cup knockout stages by winning the World Cup. Angel Di Maria is 94. 9 months and 4 days later, he scores the hat-trick. The Europa League final is at Hungary. Hungary is too much of 94. Di Maria is going to win the Europa League final. Parma was the last Italian club to win the Europa League final. Crespo scored in the 25th minute of that match. The amount of time from the World Cup final to today is 2 months and 5 days. It is Budapest that is hosting the final. Budapest is too much of 25. Juventus are going to win the Europa League 24 years later, after the last Italian winner, Parma, did so in 1999. Di Maria wears number 22. Well, whose Giamaccia is 22? Parma is Giamaccia 22. Di Maria helps Juventus win the Europa League for the first time for Serie A since Parma Calcio did so in 1999. Parma won the Europa League final at Moscow, Russia. It is Moscow that has Giamaccia 25. It is 2 months and 5 days from the World Cup final to the Argentinian Di Maria's hat-trick. It's no coincidence that Moscow has the same gematria as the host, Budapest. And it's a sign for things of what is to come. I told you Pogba is coming back. He's facing off against Man United. That's how you know Barcelona was not going to win, because they had the quadruple narrative. It's not going to happen, but the quadruple narrative still stays alive. 24 years later, Juventus win the Europa for Serie A. 23 years without winning. Pogba, Giamaccia 23. Marseille was who Parma defeated in the final. We can see PSG win the Champions League for the first time since Marseille did so in 1993. Di Maria versus Marseille in the Super Cup. Marseille is Giamaccia 94. 9 months and 4 days from the World Cup final to today's day. We see how Juventus is going to win the Europa League. Angel Di Maria is 94. 9 months and 4 days to today's day. Gonzalo Montiel won the penalty shootout. 2-4. France lose. Montiel, Giamaccia of 88. Hernan Crespo was the goal scorer in the 25th minute for Parma against Marseille. Here, Crespo is Giamaccia 31. Di Maria scored his 31st goal as a Juventino today, or rather, Di Maria scored his 31st goal in Europe on today's day. Angel Di Maria, his 21st match for Juventus, he balls out. Angel is Giamaccia of 21. Same Giamaccia as Qatar, making the connection from the World Cup victory at Qatar to today's day. There are 24 teams that enter this competition in 1995, 1996. Juventus is 24. Serie A can win the Europa 24 years later when Juventus do so. So the 2 months and 5 days, Giamaccia of Moscow, Giamaccia of Budapest, 67 days from the World Cup final When Lionel Messi won the World Cup, Lionel's gematria 67, Italia's gematria 67. It is Italia that's gematria of 25, 2 months and 5 days to today's day. The match against Nantes, remember, when Juventus won the European trophy, when they won the Champions League, it defeated Nantes along the way. We can see Juventus defeat Nantes along the way in this competition. Against Manchester United, Fagioli, who assisted in the first goal to Angel Di Maria, Fagioli is gematria of 41. Fagioli, what a goalie by Fagioli! What a goalie by Fagioli! Man United won 4-3 against Barcelona today. A score of 4-3 at Manchester. Manchester is gematria 43. It's Barca doesn't have gematria of 43, but Manchester's gematria 43. You see how that match ended 4-3. No goat, Messi, no party. Goat, gematria 43. Today's day to the Europa League final. The Europa League final in 2023, Wednesday, May the 31st, from today's day, May the 31st. That's the day of the UEFA Europa League final. 3 months and 8 days, are they going to face off against Man United in the Europa League final? Man United, gematria 38. 38 sequence. 97, not that obvious. 98 end day included from today's day. Champions is gematria 98. Red Devils is gematria 98. Again, Juventus and Man United are the two favorites. They're the two contenders. Juventus to win its 4th Europa title in 2023, the year of the Rabbit. The year of the Rabbit. If they do defeat the Devils in the final, the Devils is gematria 41. Juventus 4-1 in the final. Pogba. 1993-22, 15-6, that's 28. He's 3. He's 31-4. Lifepath numerology. The 4th Europa League title for Juventus. Pogba's back in training. Juventus can take their time with Paul Pogba. The Juventus docked 15 points in Serie A. Juventus can play its 15th match in European competitions this year in the Europa League final, 6 in the Champions League. We have 2. It's 8 after the round of 32, 10 after the round of 16, 12 after the quarterfinals, 14 after the semifinals, the 15th match in the final, and Juventus can face off against PSG in the Super Cup. Juventus 1-5 in the Champions League group stage. It's all about the 15 right here for Juventus Football Club. Enrico Chiesa won the Europa with Parma. Federico Chiesa is going to win the Europa with Juventus. Enrico's gematria of Di Maria, because Di Maria has gematria of 37. What Europa League was that in 1999? The 1998-1999 UEFA Super Cup. Parma win 3-0. Juventus win 30 years later. Juventus win the Europa for the first time since Parma won at Russia. Juventus and Russia is gematria 24. Moscow, Russia. Moscow, Russia also has gematria of Parma. Very, very, very interesting to see Angel Di Maria score right here. Very interesting to see Angel Di Maria carry Juventus the victory, awaiting Paul Pogba and Miretti's return, and the Fabio Miratti's return from injury. And Miratti. And Miratti. And Miratti. So, here we are. Moscow. They lost the title winner of the Europa League. Moscow, Juventus 15. Juventus docked 15 points. Juventus 1-5 group stage. Juventus 15th match in European competition this year. That's what that gematria is all about. Lionel Messi is gematria 51 as well. Qatar is gematria Moscow and Italian. Di Maria won the World Cup at Qatar. Di Maria against Messi. Di Maria against Messi in the Super Cup, in the Super Copa. They coming back against Bayern. They coming back. They coming back. You know they coming back. Pogba born on the 15th day. Where are they? Fuck the F5 GC. You don't steal our spot at all. Ever. Because we have the Europa. You can't do nothing about that. Nothing. Ain't nothing you can do about that. The energy board turret is more powerful than you ever want to be. This small club mentality can never prevail. All that's left is Man United. That's all that's left. That is it. That is it right there. That is the Europa League title right there. So we'll see if it has updated all of the meetings. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. The Juventus 5 wins, Man United. Yep. Here we are. The Juventus 5-1, 5 against Man United. 5-5, like the gematria of Di Maria. He's gonna play. He always wins finals. He wins Copa America. He wins the World Cup. He scores in the Copa America. He scores in the final. He's gonna make a big difference again. He absolutely will. So let's connect the start of the Juventus season to the end of the final. This is Juventus Man United. This is a supreme rivalry. A supreme rivalry. It is. 9 goals in the Champions League, 4 in the Europa League. Di Maria, gematria 94, 4 goals in the Europa, 9 in the Champions League. Parma, gematria 49, 4 in the Europa, 9 in the Champions League. The 18th win of the season, the Europa, after Di Maria wins the World Cup in the 18-day numerology. This is what we get right here. This is what we get right here. It is on the way. And Juventus 36 goals in the Serie A before Di Maria has his big game in the Europa League. Argentina won the World Cup for the first time in 36 years. That's what they did. So we'll see what happens with the draw. Here we are. Europa League. Juventus win. Juventus defeat Man United in the Europa League of this year's competition. Budapest, Hungary, Juventus will win. There's no doubt about that. Parma Calcio, 1913. Six matches in the Champions League, only one win. That's Parma Calcio, 1913. So, for starters. Sassuolo, the season started for Juventus. Sassuolo's Gematria 22, same Gematria as the last Europa winner, Parma, Gematria 22. That was the start of the season. So that was also 3-0 too. That was on the 15th there. I talked about the 15 connection. We held the 15 point stock, 15th match in Europa. The 1-5 record in the Champions League group stage. You know, it's over 41 weeks too till the Europa.